Here are the best tips how to win all 20 waves for sure. This is a Nordhold guide for beginners. First of all, we need to learn how to build a stable economy while not leaking on the front. A really good starter build is building one house, one worker, getting the tavern to get more productivity, upgrading once the lumberjack, and building also the mill plus one upgrade. Then you put 2 workers into wheat and lumber. I will show you a pretty simple build with runestone tower only. And for this, we want to just put the tower onto the high ground, upgrading only the damage and always enable focus until death. I know this tower is able to carry solo till wave 4, so we can just push workers, because the earlier you get your economy up, the more this will snowball into the run and makes it for you just easier. Now we have 6 workers and putting everything into wood because we want to push even more workers where we need houses for. As you see, the runestone tower is just killing everything pretty easily. We're getting on focus rune here because till wave 10 we only need single target damage to kill Elite and the wave 10 boss. And focus rune gives us exactly this. We're building now one more house, building also the quarry, upgrading the quarry once, putting 2 workers into the quarry and the rest into wheat. Like this we can push one more tower next turn and also being able to push workers soon. Don't worry if you leak 1 or 2 enemies early on. Life points are just a resource you can also use. Getting more elites on the futures is exactly what we want, because they are giving us more resources to push more economy, or banners to get our towers upgraded, which makes us also stronger for the run. Now we put everything into wheat, building one tower, looking where a good place is for, on the high ground in the front, enable focus until death, and just go for more. These 2 towers are now really strong early on, so we don't need to worry about anything. On the hero choice, you want to focus first of all on good AoE spells like Fireball or the Arcane Explosion. Second, on single target spells like the Lightning Strike. And ideally would also like to see instant resources, especially gold, because this enhances to upgrade early on your production, which then snowballs into a really good production. Here we have 2 good spells, more elites, which are really good, and also good passive income. So let's get it. We're pushing more workers now and putting everything into wheat. We're just going for more focus rune to be sure to kill the boss on wave 10. Once you hit 8 workers, you want to stay on 8 workers till wave 10. Next up, we're putting everything into wood, because we want to get up the brewery next to give us even more productivity, which gives us more economy. We're building the brewery, making the rail construction upgrade, getting 60% more productivity, which is really great, and also need to activate the brewery. Now we need to prepare for wave 10. That means we want to build simply more towers. Therefore we need stone and also gold. For gold we need 50 wood, so we're putting here some workers in and the rest into stone basically. For this build with runestone tower you need mainly stone and some gold, so we also will need to focus on upgrading the quarry to give us even more resources. As you can see, we can just barely clear most of the wave here, so we definitely also need more towers now. I will just ignore the shop guys because this is more for advanced players. We're also upgrading the gold mine once and putting now 2 workers in there. So we can build one more tower. So let's do it guys. On the high ground, focus until death and go. If you're able to beat wave 10 guys, then you're also able to beat wave 11, 12 and 13, because the next big challenge will be just onto wave 14. Getting more focus rune, would like to see more elites, and then we're building just up more towers. As you see, I'm building the towers always in the curves on the high ground, because there you have simply the most fields to attack. We're putting out as many workers into wood to be able to build another house, and the rest into wheat to push even more workers soon. So wave 10 will be now easy because we have 5 towers. And then we want to push on wave 11 and 12 workers, and then prepare on wave 13 again for the next challenge. Onto the boss, we want to now go onto the Trinity Legendary, because on wave 14 we will need a lot of AoE clear, and this exactly gives us AoE damage. Building now the house and putting everything into wheat. Because we have so many gold now, we can also upgrade the mill once more to give us even more wheat right now. Yeah, as you see, the Trinity makes us now a lot stronger. So we have now really a good clear just because we have strong banner. And that's also why I have to say, guys, you don't need really a lot of towers. It's way more important that you have good spots and also really good synergy onto your banners, because this makes you strong. No one cares about a lot of towers with bad banners, guys. So we're pushing now more worker and putting just enough into read to have overall 200 read, because then we can push even one more worker. The rest goes straight into stone, and we also need to make one more stone upgrade. Yeah, we want on top now more focus rune to even prepare for wave 20 and also to be able to kill all the elites. So we will need a lot of stone, so we're picking the stone here, because this is the main resource on this runestone tower build. Now we can push one more worker, getting now on 10 workers everything besides one worker out, just to get the brewery still active. And one also have 2 workers into gold and the rest into stone. Building more towers to prepare already for wave 14. Because wave 14 will be another stress test. There a lot of people will just fail the runs, because there we will have one additional strong enemy we need to handle. Staying on 10 workers is also totally fine for the rest of the run. I will just ignore the market because this is more for advanced players. And honestly, we just don't need anything else. This 10 worker build is really solid, and we will just build up more towers, because we have everything we need to win this one. Here you're seeing now that they're spawning on wave 14 the Orc Generals. They are spawning minions on death. That's why it's good to have an Arcane Explosion to deal with them if you would leak. And that's why we need also a lot of AoE just to clear them off. Let's just build more towers and more towers, guys. If you're able to play like a 10 worker build as a beginner, it's already actually pretty strong, because it's also not so easy to handle this. And as you see, we have now a pretty good clear against everything. Yeah, if you're stacking your towers in one place that heavily as we do here, then you can also go for the fire rate aura, because this aura is actually stacking. That means if you have everything in one spot, they get multiple times this effect. Yeah, and from this point on, we just need to play more towers to actually beat the 20 waves. Everything you do here on top on workers is like already advanced. Another tip I can give you guys is that you also should make the enemies incoming in waves. Like we have one wave coming out the middle of the map and one at the end basically. This gives a lot of time to clear the minions which are spawning first and then the other minions. If everybody on the enemies would come in at once, it would be a lot harder to clear them off. I know there's also a lot in the base which you can upgrade on top and explore, but this is more something for an advanced guide. Yeah, and like this we can just go for the final wave, guys. So the only big question is, can we also beat the boss, guys? Because the rest is pretty easy peasy, and you see the boss is like already half HP. And we still have a lot left where we can damage him with. You can also use just your spells, and then you have an easy run, guys. If you like the video, then subscribe and like there, guys. Thanks!